Hey, what's up, fam? If you're not keeping up with the happy spinoff for Fairy Tail, I would advise to do so because this chapter, chapter 26, I think this is one of the most interesting chapters of the series because you had a lot of really nice character like development and fleshing out for two side. Well, one's a side character, one is one of the villains right now, but not the main villain. And I actually was agreeing with both sides a lot of the chapter. 'Cause both of them were making a lot of sense in both serious and funny ways, but at the same time being very entertaining. So the chapter starts out with we're getting probably the ones that are least important out of the way. We already had the really cool fight with Elephant and Tigray. Now they're getting the fight ready. They have this giraffe announcer who's like sitting underneath this tent, but his head is going through the top, which I thought was pretty funny. And a judge on both sides since their fight is already over. It's Elif and Tigray, and Tigray is just crushing on Elif now after seeing his badass manly composure, which is like I said pretty good. Would suggest going to check that out, see if you like that dude. He's it's pretty cool. I didn't really care for him until that chapter, and now I think he's pretty interesting. This one you had I'm trying to remember pronounce his name. Debbie Drin and Rhino. I don't know why his name is so weird and the other dude's just Rhino. They're getting ready to fight, and the thing I noticed is that they were rivals back when they were both pro wrestlers, and it starts out just seeming like okay, yeah, they're gonna fight. I was like, oh, whatever. It's kind of cool, and they just kept making horn jokes at the guy because obviously his is the mandrill dude. His is just super gelled hair in these horns. And when they go up to start the match, he's like, all right, let's we used to we used to be rivals. We used to do this all the time. It's been a while. Let's shake hands. And the Rhino dude, while he's like shakes his hand, pulls out a lighter and then like spits a fireball at the dude at the start of the fight. And I was like, wow, what an asshole. But everybody's like, yeah, that's pretty expected of that dude. He's a dick. But even Debbie Drin was just like, no, I saw that coming. That's why I got this fire retardant cape. And he just throws it off, barely takes any damage, which is pretty cool. And then just jumps in and attacks it. Gives him a sick lariat and like what's it, a backdrop corkscrew, I think it's called. And I thought that was actually pretty quick, good action and pretty good on his character as well. Just be like, I know this guy's gonna try out some bullshit, so I'm gonna be ready. And the fact that I'm gonna be ready is gonna catch him off guard. And then that kind of goes over into right into a flashback. But he actually had a really nice panel too when Debbie Jordan is like, if it wasn't for the fact that you're a cheating dick and you enjoy being a cheating dick, that you would be like the best wrestler we've ever seen. Clearly, he believes in his rival's potential, but just knowing that the way he acts, it just ruins it for him. And you see them like when they were like rookie wrestlers, and he looks even funnier because he only has one horn, but he has like these long He-Man like hair around him, and he just looks even goofier. But even in a funny way that I didn't see them this conversation kind of going the way it was. He's like making fun of this horn, and he's like, "That's just a fake horn. You just you gelled it and shit until it was hard." And he's like, well, that's pretty much what horns are naturally anyway. I just did it artificially. And he's like, God damn it, flawless logic. And they have cool names too. Like the mandrill dude is the devil trident, and the rhino is the sinister horn. Both pretty cool names. And you see this point where even after the dude is like trying to give up that he was wrestling, and he just like continued to beat the hell out of him, and then just threw him out of the ring. And they're like, "Why would you do that?" And he's like, "I'm a villain." Well, why are you surprised? Then again, I'm just like, why is he surprised then if he's a bad guy? He's doing bad guy stuff, and it just they keep on this back and forth where I'm just like, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Why are they surprised? They got these. They should know how each other work now, and they're just always like, "Why are you such an asshole?" I'm like, "You know me for years." And the poor the monkey chick that the mandrill guy was like, he had that crush on, he had that figure of. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, hiccup right there. She's being held at knife point in the crowd, and they're like, you're gonna, if you do anything, that I'm gonna just have her killed. And now I just want to pretty much beat on you for all. It actually gave me a little nostalgia to back in Lucy's fight with Flair during the Grand Magic Games, and then it just becomes a one-sided beating of Rhino just wailing on Debbie Trin. And even when it looks over, he pulls out some scissors to cut off the dude's horns because they're like his. He takes a lot of pride in them, and he wants to humiliate him, and he does, and he just chops them off. And this part was actually kind of cool because he's like, I knew that you were gonna do this, so I planned for it. He takes his two of the horns and he throws them like kind of like boom. I want to say boomerangs, but they don't come back. He throws them and nails the two guys that were holding up the chick monkey at knife point. And now they have these spikes in their heads. I think they might be dead. I don't know. And I just thought that was a really cool part. Like he planned to lose what was most precious to him, but he turned that into a weapon, into an advantage. And even though he was probably planning for it in a different way in the fight, he found a way to use it now. But he still got one. He still got the main one, the main spike. So like I said, this was a surprisingly interesting chapter. I liked seeing the flashback and the back and forth between these two characters, and just the way they interacted. I thought that was actually really well done. And even if these characters in the, the overall scheme aren't that important, compared to like Chi or anybody who comes next. Like even out of the four, the Rhino guy seems to be like the lowest on the totem pole for the four Heavenly Kings about those guys. But it's I think so far these guys are the most interesting. I mean, Chi already though I probably have more interest in. It just a little died down because he hasn't done much lately. It'll probably spike back up when he gets his own chapter. But I really like this one, and so if you haven't checked out the chapter or the spinoff and you're just curious, go check it out. Seriously, it's pretty. God, I keep hiccuping. Sorry, it's pretty entertaining. Other than that, I hope that if you have read it, enjoyed it, or want to know about it, drop a comment in the comment section below and thumbs up the video, like the video, really appreciate it. Get it the best it can, and subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos if you want to see anything else that I've done. But other than that, thank you everyone who's already subscribed, and thank you all for listening.